find the lines that is already with you something, you can just snap to read her on. Thank you.
I want to say that I'm taking this as a great privilege that I'm presenting a poem on climate change. And I'm presenting to a great chief, who is our chief guest today, the First Lady, the daughter of the First Lady. She's a... Pardon? Can you see that she's the future First Lady? Like she's the future President. She's doing some great things, she's doing some great movement, and she's very inspiring. I want to say that I appreciate Charlene for following my now. I'm following your progress, you're doing great things. I'm very happy to see you being the young MCA. That is nice. I am Melon Chetekei. I'm the Finance Secretary of the Technical University of Kenya. Here today, I'm standing at the face of Took. I tend to call myself a voice for the comrades. I'm going to present a poem on climate change, and I would really appreciate if you'd be keen enough to listen to what I'm going to say. Thank you. I can hear the cries of the burning animals. I can smell the smell of the burning trees. The elephant is trumpeting in a lot of pain. The lion is roaring in a lot of pain. And even the birds are chattering in a lot of pain. Humanity failed and is still failing. There is merciless butchery of animals and there is merciless destruction of property. And so today I stand to speak for them. For I am the voice for the voiceless. Today I stand to bring them hope. For I am the hope for the hopeless. Over the recent years, we've heard reports on depletion of our biodiversity. Most of our ecosystems are going extinct. We cannot afford to leave the world worse than we found it. Actions need to be taken to combat climate change crisis and stop poaching. To treasure and conserve our ecosystem means to conserve the future. Because with lost ecosystem, there is no future. Our rivers have been polluted. Deforestation practices are on its core. Animals are dying, rivers are drying. If we do not accept change, then change will change us. Climate change is reality. The moment we stop seeing rainfall according to our family calendars, the moment our river starts drying up, the moment we start inhaling polluted air due to depleted forests, then that is the reality of climate change. Together we can be part of the solution in combating climate change crisis by ensuring we are living in harmony with nature, which is the vision to envision come 2030. I here to enjoy clean air, consume clean water, food is in plenty and nature is in harmony. And so it's time to start living in harmony with nature. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our MC, our chief guest, Madam Charlene Ruto, because we have Charlene and we have Charlene. You know, where I come from, there are tongue twisters, all right? So please, you will bear with me. Our invited guests, our vice chancellors, our deputy vice chancellors, our deans of students, our CEOs, our political party leaders, our dear students. You know, within the students, we have presidents, we have chairmen, we have financial secretaries, and all protocols observed. Good afternoon. Check your watch. Check your watch. This afternoon. Yeah. Oh, we are alert. I am humbled and blessed to stand before you. We have the elephant, the really elephant in the house. And before I go further, I'd like to invite the discussants, the panelists. We have His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Muranga County, one and the youngest. Now Caesar, Professor Okech said that if you are not an invited guest, your work here is just to clap and clap and clap. Now let me tell you, all you've been doing here are patented at Kisii University Student Affairs Office. Copyright I have. Are we together? So jokes aside, are we together? Are we together? Are we together prayer? Yes. Okay. Can we clap for our governor, the deputy governor, the youngest governor as guest? Welcome, Your Excellency. Oh yes. We have Honorable Charlene Grace Wambui, one of the youngest MCA. Okay. Charlene, she's so awesome. Can we appreciate her by applauding her? Welcome, madam. Welcome. We have another panelist, Mohammed Adam, the chairperson, East Africa Dean of Students Forum, Kenya University's Deans of Students Association, and Dean of Students, Mara University. He is my senior. Following his footsteps are not worthy. Glasses for us.
I am still trying to get a laptop.
All right, we have
Okay. Let me find that laptop.
Auma,
Let me see if I can get a
County Director and Peace Representative from civil society organizations. Wow! Well, can we appreciate her? Please, we can do better. That is good. Last but not least, we have, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, please will excuse me. Bryce?
Yeah, that's right.
Bryce William Bray is a UN volunteer, freshwater specialist and nature-based solutions finance expert, UN Environment Program, UNDP. Can we applaud them? Can we continue? Showers, raindrops. We are clapping. All right, all right, thank you so much. Allow me to remove this, and then I bring this closer because I'm comfortable in this. We have a very interesting topic which has been clearly introduced. Climate. Without proper climate, life is gone. And we were told that today we are a sum of the decisions, the actions that we have done in the past. So our climate is what it is. And without proper climate, as we were told from the quotation, there is no life. So we are climaxing this discussion or our forum having this important topic, climate justice. When we talk about justice, I've picked one or two things. When we talk about justice, justice is generally understood to mean that which is right, fair, appropriate, or deserved. Fair, appropriate, right, or deserved. So when we talk about climate justice, does it mean that there is some injustice that has been done? Or what exactly does it mean? Why should we have the topic climate justice? I'm not going to follow the line like this. I will pick on anybody to tell us why or what we mean by climate justice. Is there some injustice that has been done somewhere? What exactly does it mean? And why is it of importance to us as young people who are to drive this nation to the next level? Allow me to call upon Mohammed Adan to tell us what we mean by climate justice. Why? What does it mean? Is there some injustice that has been done? Why is it of concern? Adan?
Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. All present, all protocol observed. Good afternoon.
Go ahead, sorry.
All right, thank you. I needed your attention because you asked a question. Well, to members, my name is Mohammed, Dean of Suleiman Saimara University. As you have been told, I'm the chair, Kenya Universities of Students Association, and also the chair, East African Deans of Students Forum. This afternoon, what we are now discussing here as panelists is SDG 13, Sustainable Development Goal 13, that is climate action. So the point we are discussing is, and that was raised, is what is climate justice? Well, for us of late, as the young lady that was here, the poem she gave us exactly describes the situation we are in. By nature, man has become destructive and we are destroying nature. So when we talk of climate justice,
Closing remarks, kindly, we can address what we have heard from the floor. We start from my sister, Auma. Closing remarks as we have.
All right. Thank you. Very quickly, I think I'll just speak to two issues that were raised in the previous, and that's on the local knowledge, and that's how that is utilized. And I think I just want to encourage ourselves to be interested in what is going on. There is a lot of emphasis and focus on locally led processes, and I feel a year or so ago, there was the launch of the FLOCA, that is financing locally led climate action across all counties through the World Bank and the Swedish Embassy and through the Treasury. And this is going on. And so the question is, as I said, to what extent are we involved? To what extent are we interested? And in those spaces where the conversations are taking place about what affects us. I think the DG talked about public participation, and this is where all these things are happening. So if we are not interested in following up, it passes us by, and we actually assume that something is not happening. I think the other thing that I want to mention, in relation to the question of fossil fuels, I think I also want to encourage us that when we talk about innovation and the youth being the face of innovation, I would like to encourage that let us take up the innovative actions that exist. There is a whole talk about carbon credits and how this can be applied in our localities. So it's not just about planting trees, it's about all these other things that can actually bring finances. If you take the issue of carbon credits, link that to planting of trees, link that to how this contributes to SDGs, it means that your carbon credit, what you get, is actually higher than the next person who's not providing those linkages. So again, the question is, how interested are we? How much are we reading? We've just come from COP27, and one of the things that passed was the loss and damages conversation. Loss and damages is connected to the biggest emitters and those who are supposed to benefit because they are suffering the most, yet they are not the contributors of those emissions. And the question of carbon credits is also linked to that. So I think as part of my final remarks is just to say that, as I say, to repeat that climate change is an issue for the young people. More than anybody else, it's a question for the young people. And so let us be interested. Let us occupy those spaces. It can never be for us if we are not part of it. So let your voice count and let us influence the direction that is taken in this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. My point is that I want to see the coin from the other side. What Kibop said is very true, that the capitalists are thinking of their survival. It's just survival for the fittest. If you are not in the game, you stay out. And it is real that we have neo-colonialism still with us. And a good example is, look at West African countries, those that have been ruled formally by France. That if they don't do as French government wants, through coup they are removed and other ones in place, instability is created so that nothing moves on. And in the process, they continue spawning out the best that you have in your land. That's what's happening in Congo here, without going far. Therefore, the issue of GMO or other things that come through, that neo-colonialism, there's little you can do. The much that you have done is, if something would have been done, Gaddafi would have been alive and would have continued. But he's now past tense. Just because he came up with that good idea of African dollar, that good idea of African state, and the like. However, without blowing our own trumpet out there, we can still get our solutions locally while we still comply with the international league out there. My point is this. We are in an academic institution, this the UN, the mother of all universities in Kenya, and the academia is here. My point to the government is, why not make use of our universities, group them, for example, for a group to research on local solution on our crops for agriculture so that they make it adaptive to different environment for us to sustain and grow our economy through agriculture. That is why. Group another, universities together to do research on affordable housing so that the government finances that research and then we have a homegrown solution within here so that these young men and women, with all the knowledge they have, they can now put in there and support the government in that production. As we move towards that direction, we still move in the issue of now universal health care. Now, you oil here is training doctors. I'm just taking as an example here. Why not think locally still, making use of our own production and then see how we can leverage on that with little incentives, yet achieve our objective. Thank you.
Thank you so much. In my closing remarks, most people ask me what I view life as. And I have a very simple formula for us. And I'll tell you how I'm going to intermarry that with the topic we are discussing today. So if you have a pen and a book, just write M squared C H squared. The very first M squared denotes maternity and the other one denotes mortuary. When we are born in a maternity. When we die, we definitely end up in a mortuary. Skip the C and let us go to H squared. The first H means hell and the other one means heaven. When we die, we either go to heaven or we go to hell. But in between being born and dying, that is where my C comes in. Choices. In this topic of climate change, we should be very intentional on the choices we make. Even in your own life, be very intentional in the choices you make. We say prevention is better than cure. It is better we prevent ourselves from the consequences of the future. Let us be good advocates of climate change in our respective areas and in our respective spaces. Youths, my friend here, the chairperson of the party said, always wake up and show up. Most of us here have gotten where we are by just waking up and showing up. For example, we have such forums here. We do not need to be mobilized to come here and learn. Be intentional to learn. Choices will always have consequences. Make the right choices when it is early, before you say you wish you knew. And that is my call for me to everyone in this room. Make the right choices for the right reasons. Let us take care of our environment so that in return, it can take care of us. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks again for having me here. I just wanted to end with two finance solutions that I think could be really useful in Kenya. You have M-Pesa here being used by like 96% of the adult population. There's something called, I'll simplify this, but it's microfinance tied to these actions that we've been talking about, like planting trees or protecting areas, right? So to get a small microloan, farmers can agree to plant trees on certain parts of their property. Those trees can also produce stuff at the same time. It's not just gonna take up space, right? This helps solve two problems. There's 2 billion people all over the world that have no access to finance, right? So we can give access to finance to these people and encourage good farming practices, climate smart farming practices, restoration of ecosystems, right? So it's just a really interesting thing that I suggest everybody look into. And there's also one more solution that I think would be really useful here. If you have grant money of, let's say, $30,000, right? $30,000 is not going to restore a large amount of forest, right? But if you turn it into a prize, you turn it into a competition, you can generate a lot of interest across hundreds of villages, right? To see which village plants the most trees, which village creates the most water harvesting structures to capture water and restore the landscape. This has been done in India. It started off with 100 villages the first year, with thousands of people participating. In the third year, it was 4,000 villages, right? And they're competing over prize money that's around $35,000 for first place, right? If you put that money directly into a traditional project where you have to hire a bunch of staff and go and do this work, that $30,000 is not going to go anywhere. But if you turn it into a prize, you get a lot of people involved, a lot of motivation. So those are just two solutions that I think would be very useful for Kenya.
Thank you. In my closing remarks, I would like to combine comments and the questions that I was from our participants, one from Tobiko, the one from Onisora, and the one from the gentleman over there on the issues of poor implementers. I want to pose a challenge to these young men and women in this hall right now. The issues of climate action need to be connected with issues of business-minded activities to solve a social problem. The reason why I'm connecting these three things is because in order for you to be able to take any action, you need to know how you are benefiting from that action, either within the immediate time and in the future. And similarly, have a solution within the society that can be able to sort out your problems. One way that I look at this, and this will form part of my final comment, is first of all identifying the problems within our society. And a problem that not only does affect a simple minority in a society, but rather affects a huge number of people. A good question is this, and I will pose as a question. I'm going to use an example of this bottle of water. A question or a comment was asked about plastic. What is the cost of this bottle of water? Is that shillings, 35 shillings or 25 shillings? What is the real cost of the water inside this bottle? You will be surprised that it's only 3 shillings. The 27 shillings that you are buying this bottle is the cost of the plastic. So the question now becomes to you as a young person. If you need clean water, what is the solution for you to be able to provide the quality standard of this water that only costs 3 shillings to the masses without the cost of the bottle? If you come up with that solution, you will not only benefit from that business model, but you will have a clean environment without the plastic. This is a challenge of our community. That we take the solutions or rather the problems that we experience in each and every day, it affects masses, come up with a business model that you can be able to solve that problem and then take it to the masses. You will not only make money, you will solve a solution in our community, but you also are going to be able to take part within the climate action. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our good facilitators. Thank you for this opportunity. And I can wrap up that we have heard that observing climate change or taking the necessary precautions can lead to food security, proper livelihoods. We will balance our ecosystem, biodiversity, and we will create, according to the African Union, if we observe the blue economy, we shall generate nearly 49 million jobs. And who will benefit? It is us young people. So we need to build human resource capacity, as we had, through investing in the blue and green economy, through training, use marine scientific research, support the traditional industries of fisheries, aquaculture, tourism, blue biotechnology, ports and shipping, develop blue economy database, resolve outstanding boundary disputes, reduce illegal, unprotected and unregulated fishing, and we know that Kenya is at the forefront. Also, we need to switch energy systems from fossil fuel to renewable energy like solar and wind. And also, we need to develop proper policies that are suitable to the various regions where we come from, and also we need to have proper financing of these activities. And as students, we can start from the little knowledge that we know, that even after we have taken water, where do we put our plastics? You travel all over Kenya, you will find these wrappers, even right now. How many of us have put their wrappers in their bag? How many? The wrapper, that the bottle of the water, how many have put it in their bag so that they can get a liter and put it there? Travel, you see plastics all over. So it will start from us. We need to initiate environmental clubs in our institutions and work together. May the good Lord bless you. Let's, we were talking about climate. We put our hands like this. The rain comes with small showers. Showers, 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 showers. Then we get to raindrops, 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 raindrops. Showers, showers, showers. Raindrops, raindrops, raindrops. God bless you for the good participation, and let's put what we have learned into practice. Thank you so much, our panelists.
Wow, amazing, just wow. Thank you so much, our panelists. Thank you for, it's such an honor to have you all here and dispense wisdom. Comrades, najua kuna venye tunaumia kidogo, si ndio? But one rule ya USPAC ni comrades must